once you become more conscious, once you become the inner alchemist, aligning yourself between the sun and the earth, no longer separate, space and time bend towards you. You begin to experience physical matter, space, time, anything you perceive around you to bend around and towards your center, thus becoming the commander of your creation within your reality. When you plug in a light to a battery, it is not the electrons that travel through the wire creating the light on the light bulb. See, electrons don't travel that fast. They travel pretty slow. However, the conduction of electricity starts to activate the magnetic field within the electrons. And the cohesive dance between the magnetism and the electrons create two fields, not separate, a magnetic field and an electric field in space and time. Meaning that the wire plugged into the light bulb, although participating in creating this function, it is the actual electromagnetic field in space that gets activated. And the energy that physicists call pointing vector gives it directionality, and the aftermath is that you have light from a light bulb, thus proving that your existence is not separate from space and time. And the energy between space and time activates your consciousness within this experience the same, meaning that you are not just a byproduct between space and time, and the energies exist outside of us, not just a reflection, but almost like an inverted reality expressing from the inside and out of you. And this feedback loop between conduction, between the energy of, let's say, in this theory, the pointing vector, how physicists coin as the energy in space. And just like yin and yang, we cannot function without that electromagnetic field experience conduction fuel. That's our fuel to experience form embodiment. Now take gravity, for example. Gravity does not pull you into the earth. You're not pulled into the earth. Gravity is a response to this field, as I mentioned, and your experiences within this field. So physical mass, physical matter, the nature of physical mass, physical matter is that it wants to travel as close to a straight line as possible, meaning directionality. So such as the energy of that of the sun and of the earth, space and time bends towards the center to the mass of the sun and to the earth. And light bends within that direction of how space is bending towards the center of what density matter would be, physical density matter. So because humans are electromagnetic and chemical beings, our light within is following the same direction that space and the light of the sun is bending towards the center and the core of the earth. Because of that, the ground, the floor, is what impedes us, blocks us from entering the center of the earth. Once you become conscious of this, you become an inner alchemist of, as I said in the beginning of this message, that you become the center of your mass. And when you start becoming completely coherent within this biosphere or biofield of your actual energy of conductivity that everyone attributes to your aura the same, you thus then begin to align as an antenna between the energetics of space, time, and the photons emitted from the sun, becoming the bridge between the sun and the earth. So it is humans' nature to walk enlightened in a very literal sense, graduating into the quantum metaphysical effects or the quantum field. This is when you begin to experience that you are not separate between the sun, the center of the earth, and that the magnetism of the moon no longer can alter your menstruation if you're female, or both sexes, the emotional state body that many people have not the ability to govern or to allow natural conductivity to occur within your natural state. This is when you honor your emotions, because this is the electromagnetic and chemical response to your body constantly coming into synchronicity, as you would say, homeostasis in health. And your health is your wealth. Your currency makes you the wealthiest person in this universe. Breath, consciousness, as you become breath, let's say, in meditation, and you start guiding breath in the way that you know how to, you begin to alter and manipulate what formation from your conscious mental process becomes. You become not just the alchemist, because the alchemist is the carpenter to the creation of your reality or your mental state into physical formation, or the collapse or the disintegration of the false matrix or the false light that maybe you've been living in, or the world around you has been living in, which they all want to come towards your center once you start to see the good and the bad and the ugly starts to want to enter your center. So the things that offer adversities in life, people, finances, health, to an alchemist, to a sorcerer, one who works and walks with source within, it becomes the necessary power to enhance and to co-create directionality by your will and your command and the directionality of your breath as you command. And when your heart's aligned, so all the heavens, the core of the earth, they all bend, such as space. And time becomes irrelevant.